Hey everyone, Lewis here with Arknight Tech. Welcome to the training and welcome to the TurboTube ranking system. I'm going to walk you through the exact process I use to rank not only at the top of YouTube, but multiple videos on page one of YouTube. These videos also rank on Google. They rank on the AI search engines, ChatGPT and Perplexity, and I've even been able to divert value from the YouTube videos to websites and help increase their rankings in Google as well. So this is a full custom proprietary system. I've built and developed this over the years myself. I've used it to rank local clients, national clients, software clients, my own products, affiliate marketing, in the local space. This really does work for everything, unless your keyword is super competitive like weight loss or keto. This can help there as well, but in most cases, this is just super powerful for ranking for almost any keyword you can think of. And it's a custom process built by myself. So I'm going to walk you through this. We're going to take a walk through kind of the concept overall. I've also got this plug and play template checklist that I'm going to walk through in this training, and then I'm going to show you some of the results as well. Before actually diving into a YouTube video that I ranked in YouTube, Google, ChatGPT, and Perplexity, and actually walk you through how I optimized it. So this is going to be super exciting. Nobody else is doing this. I built this process myself. So you're only going to be able to get it here, and I'm going to walk you through it step by step. So if we get into a helicopter, fly up to 30,000 feet, basically what I call this is a 3x3 pillar system. So there's two parts of the system, and they're both 3x3. So in terms of the YouTube video itself, on the left-hand side here, you can see, most people optimize for their keywords and then in the title and the description. That's one piece of it. You really want to optimize for both brand and keyword, because Google and these AI algorithms are looking for associations between brand and keyword as a data point. So they want to see brand, keyword, brand, keyword, brand, keyword, constantly seeing that association. If you think about it, if you see two people together constantly, you start to associate them with each other. Oh yeah, these two are always together. Google and the AIs are doing something similar with your brand and keywords. So you want to optimize for the brand and keyword as the center, the nucleus of all of this. Yes, you do want to focus on your title, description, and tags, but there's a deeper piece to it as well. Google and YouTube are scanning everything. They scan all of your files, everything that you upload. So people don't know that you can actually optimize the actual MP4 video file itself and the custom JPEG thumbnail as well. And you want to do that in this nice little triangle, all in consistency with this brand and keyword that you're going after. Excuse me. So with the video file, for instance, a lot of people just kind of record their video, they leave it whatever file name it is, video file 1359272, and then they just upload it, right? And then they go after the title and the description, and they wonder why it doesn't rank. Well, it turns out there's deeper things going on, and like I said, Google scans everything. So what it's really looking for is a clarity of signal. What is it that you're going after? What's the keyword that you're going after, and can I trust the brand? And so you can actually insert keywords in the file itself. I'm going to walk you through that in a minute. And then on this right-hand side is sort of the channel itself. This is another 3x3 pillar system. So now we're not looking at the video itself, we're looking at the channel. If we just look at the channel from high up. So you've got your full video, of course, let's say you're going after software review. You've got your full video, you've recorded a 20-minute video. This is an awesome video full of value, and you're walking people through your process. But you can actually take that full video and repurpose it into shorter clips. So these can be 3 to 7 minutes. That's kind of the sweet spot. And this is easier than you might think. You can use AI to do this. But you can repurpose that full video clip into shorter clips, sometimes 6 or 7 of them, maybe even more. And then you can also repurpose this full video clip into YouTube Shorts. So this is like YouTube's TikTok style algorithm. You can drive a lot of impressions and a lot of traffic through YouTube Shorts. And you use the same plug and play template that I'm going to walk you through, this checklist over here, for your YouTube Shorts. Now you can't have clickable links in your description. YouTube took that away. But what you can do is drive that short-term traffic back to the full video, back to your channel, get more eyeballs on the video, and the more views the video gets, the higher it ranks. So this is part of a whole system, right? It's a whole ecosystem that we're creating. And you only have to record this one video. And if you do this 3-pillar system, it's not unheard of to have like 20, 25, even 27 different assets from this full video. So you've got your full video, maybe you've got between 7 and 8 shorter clips, or 5 or 6, whatever it might be. And it could be 15, 20, even 25 YouTube shorts, that you pull out of this full video. And again, you can use a very inexpensive AI tool to do that for you. It'll do it in about 10 minutes, and you just download your videos, optimize them, and away you go. So that's kind of the overall, concept or ecosystem for this TurboTube ranking system. That's why I call it my 3x3 pillar system. You've got this 3x3 system for the video, and you've got this 3x3 pillar system for the channel itself. And amazing things start to happen when you optimize everything in the proper way. Now, speaking of optimization, I've got this custom plug and play template. There's 3 sections to this. There's a pre-upload checklist. There's an upload checklist in terms of like your title, your description, and your tags. And then there's also a post-upload checklist as well. So in this training, I'm going to walk through all of this step by step, and I'll even show you an example of how I optimized a video that ranked in YouTube, Google, ChatGPT, and Perplexity. So super, super powerful. Speaking of how powerful this is, I'm going to walk you through some examples of like what this has done for other people. So this is actually a client in the gym space. You can see as soon as we started optimizing the videos and uploading them, you get what I call this heartbeat effect. You can almost see it right away. It's this consistent content generation, but it's all got to be optimized using this plug and play template. So coming back here, this was just starting to stimulate it. And on the same channel, you can see there's a playlist here that resulted in 17,000 extra views over a year period. You can see we started here, uploaded the videos and the playlist, optimized those. And you can see that was that one playlist, just one optimized playlist brought in almost extra 20K views. Super, super powerful. This is another tech in the tech space where in the last 90 days, actually this is just in the summer of 2025, 5,000 views, where it was kind of stagnating after I was kind of ignoring it for a bit, and uploaded these videos, and all of a sudden you get that heartbeat effect. But perhaps the most powerful example of this, this is in a very niche, high ticket sort of space. Nothing was happening for the channel because, again, no videos were being uploaded or optimized. And it says in the last 90 days, you can only, pull it back 30 days at a time. But this is actually about over a month or two. Over 24,600 views in that time period. We started around the beginning of May, and this was probably the tail end of June. So about a month or two, really, maybe a little bit over 2 months, where we got, 24,000 views, everything in the green, more subscribers, more watch time. Imagine 24,000 views pointing back to your coaching business or your service or your software, your product, your affiliate products, your local clients, your agency, your groups, whatever it is you can think of. This works in any niche. And not only does it have this powerful effect on YouTube, but you can actually rank it in Google and ChatGPT as well. Speaking of ChatGPT, here's a video that I went after, going after a certain keyword, and this is actually inside ChatGPT. You can see here ChatGPT, I searched the keyword that I went after, and the video embed actually showed up inside of ChatGPT, which I'd never seen before, or at least seen very rarely. But it gave the answer, and then it actually gave the video that I optimized and embedded it. What do you think people are going to click on when they see the ChatGPT give an answer? Do you think they'll search, the keywords in Google, or do you think they'll click over through any links, or do you think they'll play this huge YouTube video embed that appears on their screen? They're going to go after this because this is where their eyes go, right? And then we searched it in Perplexity AI, same situation. Our video came up, was ranking, and it's also ranking on the first page of Google as well. So this is just incredibly powerful, this custom system. Like I said, I'll walk you through, everything that's kind of involved with this. You can see here even more examples in the local space. The YouTube rankings, number one, number two. Previously, we weren't even in the top 50. And then Google as well, number two, number one. So super, super powerful in terms of this proprietary method that I've developed. Speaking of which, they say AI killing SEO, and oh my God, SEO is dead for the 10th year in a row. Nothing could be further from the truth. This is an example from a client in August of 2025, very, very recent, going after a 6.3K volume keyword. And there we are on page 1 of a very high volume keyword, moving from position 8 to position 7 very recently. Over the last 6 months, you can see pulling back, just growing and growing and growing. We have YouTube videos pointing back to this page, giving it a little bit of a boost in the keyword rankings, and this is ranking in the AI overviews as well. So this is actually for a website's page going after a large 6.3K volume keyword. Again, imagine the power of that and what it could do for your business. So this is a super powerful proprietary method. Again, I'm going to be walking you through this in this training. We're going to take it step by step just so that you're not overwhelmed. And I'll show you how you can get access to this checklist and kind of walk you through an example of how I optimize a video as well. So you can go out and do this for yourself, optimize your video. I'm going to give away my secret sauce and all of the training for you in this training series. So very excited. Hope you enjoy it, and hope that gets you excited for the next series as we start the actual optimization process and going through my custom TurboTube traffic ranking system. So excited for that, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hey everyone, welcome back to the training. So we're going to dive into keyword research, and this is actually a lot simpler than probably most people realize, but there's definitely some tips and tricks that I can provide, especially when it comes to our making the most out of our plug and play template here, our checklist, right? And this is what I've used in the same video here, where we ranked it in YouTube, Google, ChatGPT, and Perplexity. It really is the cornerstone of the optimization process. So I'll walk you through two pieces of this really quickly. And at the end of this video, you'll know how to do your keyword research. Use the latest tools and strategies, and you'll be ahead of the game in terms of most people here. So what I recommend is to use a YouTube-specific keyword research tool. If you go to VidIQ.com, it's pretty inexpensive. I think it's like $10 a month, something like that. But it's specific to YouTube, so I wouldn't use a tool like SEMrush necessarily, or those other SEO tools, because they're specific to Google. YouTube is its own search engine. It is owned by Google. It is the second largest search engine in the world, but it's its own search engine with its own volume and competition and specific keywords that people type in. Now, the nice thing about YouTube is it's usually the opposite of Google. Google is usually low volume, high competition. YouTube is higher volume but lower competition, mostly because most people don't know how to optimize their videos to the 10th degree. But if you use a tool like vidIQ.com, you can really get the insight into, okay, what keywords can I go after? What are the supporting related keywords that I can use in my optimization? What's the volume and what's the competition? Obviously, we want something with decent volume and low competition. So for this particular video, in terms of the one that I went after, I was going after Tumblr automation, but specifically with Make.com. If you don't know Make.com, it's an AI automation platform where you can connect things and run automations. And I was basically teaching how to use that through the Conversion Blitz tool, which is an AI lead generation software tool. But it also has automated blogging. So you can set it up to automate content creation to your Tumblr, which is something that people are searching for. So I put together a video that walks you through the process, and it turns out this had great volume. And you can see here, we already have the brand Conversion Blitz associated with the keyword. We also have other keywords that I mentioned, SEO, AI content creation, and other terms that I mentioned and included in the optimization in the related keywords as well. So you can use this for your target keyword, whatever it is you want to rank your video for, and it'll give you that great insight in terms of volume and competition. Now, the second piece of the keyword is once you have your main keywords, if you're trying to boost rankings for your website as well, which is possible with a YouTube video, and I'm going to walk through that in this training in a later video. I'm jumping a little bit ahead here, but let's say you wanted to increase the rankings for your website. So I'm just in my SEO tool here. This is for the website CNN.com. I'm just doing this as a demo purpose. I'm not, using them for any other reason. Just using their website, for demo purposes. And I'm basically filtering. I'm saying, okay, show me the keywords that their pages are ranking for between positions 11 through 20. That's basically page 2, right? So these are the keywords that their website is ranking for on page 2. Hurricane Ida, a couple of others, Dow Jones, stock market, coin stock, Ozempic face, all this sort of stuff, tsunami warning. And they've got different pages, right? Ranking on page 2, so position 12, position 13, position 11, all at the top of page 2, just close to page 1. These are some pretty big keywords here, but of course, this is CNN.com. Again, using this for a demo purpose, just pretend it was your website. I would filter by the page 2 keywords and just take a look at some of these keywords that your site is ranking for on pages 2 and even 3, even 4. Because the idea is when we craft our description, after we choose our main keyword through, let me just go back here, through VidIQ, after we choose our main keyword through VidIQ, we're going to take a look at the website here and see what keywords are ranking on page 2 and 3, because this is going to help craft our description. They're already likely related to the keywords that we're wanting to rank for. It's going to help fill out the description with a ton of unique content. I'm going to walk you through my secret sauce there. But basically the idea is that you take a look at the pages that are ranking for certain keywords on pages 2 and 3, and you start making a note of that. You just pull out a notepad file or a Word doc, and you just list those out. And I would list both keyword and link, because these two are connected, right? This page is ranking for this keyword. So you're going to need both. And you want to make sure that you rank, and maybe even a spreadsheet is a good idea too, because it's going to help us craft that description and pull together related supporting keywords without having to do a whole bunch of keyword research and write a whole bunch of unique content. That's going to be the secret sauce. And it turns out your website already has most of what you need anyways. Now, there is a way around this if you're not trying to boost your website or you don't have a website. That's quite easy too. There's a way around that, but this is just for that special purpose where not only do you want to rank your YouTube videos, but you also want to rank your website as well. So that does it for keyword research. Like I said, I highly recommend, where am I here? Highly recommend VidIQ.com specific to YouTube keyword research. It's really all you need. You don't really need anything else. Another tool I'd recommend is Keywords Everywhere. If you just Google Keywords Everywhere, it's a Chrome extension. It's also inexpensive. It'll give you a lot of long tail keywords that you might want to go after. Those are just for ideas, I'd say. I'd take those ideas, those keyword ideas, and I'd plug them back into this tool, VidIQ.com. But if you have to pick between one or the other, I'd go with VidIQ.com. This is the best YouTube keyword research tool. It's going to give you those metrics, the volume, the keyword, the competition, and most importantly, it's also going to give you the related keywords, because we're going to need this when we optimize our video files and our custom JPEG thumbnail. That's going to be in the next steps. And this is going to be super helpful because it's going to help tie everything back together as we're optimizing everything and going after our main keyword. So hopefully that helped. If you want to know more about like advanced SEO strategies using AI, custom GPTs, ranking, your website for all kinds of keywords with AI safely and effectively, I've got a Skool group. You can check out the link below this video, AI Powered SEO. There's also that plug and play template inside there, and a whole bunch of other custom strategies that I've developed over the years. That's worked for my clients and myself as well. But that link is there if you want to go check it out. In the meantime, hopefully this keyword research tutorial was helpful, quick and easy to the point. You have everything you need to start researching your keywords, and I will see you in the next video. Hey guys, welcome back, and in this video we're going to be talking about the next piece in the plug and play template optimization process. We're going to go through the pre-upload checklist, because remember, before we get into optimizing with the title and the descriptions and everything else, we've got to actually optimize the files that we're going to use, and that's namely the MP4 video file and the custom JPEG thumbnail. So for this first one, we're going to optimize the video file, or I'm going to show you how to do that. And there's some very specific steps here, and we're going to need that VidIQ keyword research that we did in the last video, specifically for optimizing this. We're going to be sneaking in some keywords. This came to me when I realized that Google scanned everything. It scans all of your files. It scans everything inside those files. So the idea is, if Google wants to scan that, that's perfectly fine. It can scan the files and it can scan our keywords as well. And especially with Google and YouTube, they really do read everything that you upload. They can read the files and everything inside. So we can actually strategically put our keywords in there. So remember, for our keyword research, going after make.com, Tumblr automation, we've got our related keywords here. Now, the great thing with VidIQ is you can just click all and click copy. We're going to need that for the related keywords. Now, the actual optimization of the video file itself, I just opened the folder here. You can see this is the same video file that I used when I ranked this video, and it's inside in my dashboard, just showing you everything here. Okay. Going back into the video file itself, you can see here I actually renamed the video file itself as the title of the YouTube video. Don't worry about capitalization, that doesn't really matter. But it's mainly just making sure your keywords are in the right spots. So going after Tumblr automation and also AI content creation for this particular video, but renaming your video file as the title as the title of the YouTube video is ideal. So you want that consistency between the video file itself and your actual YouTube title. It doesn't have to be exactly specific, but the closer the better. And so we've renamed the MP4 file as the keyword, right? That's the first part of the actual pre-upload checklist. And then here's the secret sauce. When you right-click on your video file, you don't need any special software for this. You just go into your video file, hit right-click, and then go down to Properties. And if you click on Properties, you're going to see this information section of the file itself. Go over to Details. This is the tab Details. And you can see here, the title and the subtitle are renamed the exact same thing as I named the file name itself. So again, that consistency, right? Going after a keyword, associating it with the brand, and including some additional keywords as well. Now, in terms of the VidIQ piece, where we grab these related keywords, remember we copied this just a second ago, all these related keywords to the main keyword that we're going after. You can actually drop those in the tag section, the comment section, and I'd actually put it in contributing artists as well. Don't ask me why. That's just the reason. That's just the way that I've done it for years and years. That's what I found worked best. So the title and the subtitle are going to be the same as your YouTube title and same as the file name of the MP4 file. And then inside the tags, the comments, and the contributing artists, you just want to drop in your related keywords. That's going to help tie everything together quite nicely. In terms of, you can almost think of this as a keyword silo or a main keyword and their supporting keywords, and then just click OK, and that'll save that. So you want to do that before you upload the video file. Now you can actually, now that this video file, this MP4 video file has been optimized, you can actually go ahead and upload it inside your YouTube studio. And just let that process for a minute, because it's going to take some time for it to process the video file, transcripts and HD processing and all that sort of stuff, but at least it's ready to go, okay? So that's the next step. Simply learning this has put you ahead of the game. Almost nobody does this, and this is just so easy to do. This really is part of the secret sauce in terms of the Turbo Tube ranking system. And it's the first part of this pre-upload checklist. So we started our optimization process after a keyword research, and we're well on the way to making sure our video is fully optimized. So go ahead and do that for your video. Just walk through this video again, replay it if you have to. Sign up for VidIQ, grab your keywords. Make sure you've got your main keyword and grab your related keywords. And then once you have your video recorded, go ahead and optimize your MP4 file. And I will see you in the next video. We'll talk about optimizing your custom thumbnail as well. See you there, guys. Hey guys, welcome back to the training. So we went through the description in our previous training. I know that was a lot. There was a lot to it there, but super powerful custom proprietary description process, both for optimizing your YouTube videos, but also for increasing traffic to your site through the keyword rankings. Just moving on to the actual tag. So this will be pretty short and sweet. But I think what most people do is they stuff their tags. So they'll grab 15 or 20 keywords that they want to rank for, and they'll just stuff their tags. And the problem with that is it actually confuses Google. So even though this is a small thing, this is a little bit of a hack and something, pulling back the curtain, giving you the behind the scenes strategies, tips, and techniques, all the training and development that I've done over the years as it relates to ranking YouTube videos, both for my clients and myself. The tags, if you just start stuffing them with whatever keyword you want to rank for or whatever other keywords you want to rank for, you just end up confusing Google because they don't know where to put your video. So I find that 3 to 7 are sort of the sweet spot. So if I come back to that same video, remember this is the same video that ranked in YouTube, Google, ChatGPT, and Perplexity, giving you a sneak peek behind the actual tags here. You can see they're quite few. They're very few. The long tail keyword that I was going after, remember we did our keyword research in VidIQ. This is a variation of the main keyword that we're going after. Secondary keyword, main root keyword, the brand, and then just some general terms, AI, GPT, just sort of think of like the overarching categories. If you were to talk about automation blueprints, you'd be talking about AI. And if you're talking about AI, you'd be talking about GPT, that sort of idea. But really between 3 and 7 is the sweet spot. And then there's some additional guidance here. If it was a local company, like we took a look at some locksmithing companies as an example, you want to do your main keyword, variation of the keyword, and then brand plus city and state. And also, if you wanted to do like locksmith, Greenville, South Carolina, that sort of idea, you could also do that. But basically keeping it between 3 and 7. If you go a little bit over, it's not going to be the end of the world. It'll be fine. I've even gone up to, I think, 10 or 12 tags, depending on the niche and the keyword. But really, for something as targeted as this, you really only need between 3 and 7. That's the sweet spot. And what this does is help indicate to Google what this video actually is, that consistency of signal to Google, what the main keyword and target and topic is the most important thing. Not stuffing your tags trying to rank for everything under the sun, because what's going to end up happening is, like I said, you're just going to end up confusing Google. So this is a little thing, but it's an important thing, because you can actually muddy the waters and confuse the signal to Google if you just start stuffing this with 20, 30, 40, 50 tags. A lot of people suggest that. I don't exactly know why. I highly recommend against it. This is about clarity of signal. What is the main target and keyword that you're trying to rank for? That's what YouTube, Google, and the AIs are asking for. This indicates to Google not only our main keyword, but some of the general overarching topics that keyword is contained inside, and also the brand as well, for that important brand keyword association that we talked about in the first training. So that's really the secret behind tags. Very simple, not complicated, but super important for indicating to Google what that clarity of signal is. So I hope that was helpful. Like I said, there's a link below to my Skool group where I teach more about AI powered SEO, and really kind of pull back the curtain, give you the tools, templates, tricks, cheat sheets for ranking in the AI overviews, stuff like this. Really give you the inside scoop on some of the strategies and techniques that I've developed over the years, even tools that I've built recently to help analyze AI and drive traffic back to your site, and really, rank videos inside of ChatGPT, all this crazy stuff. It's all in there. Got a great group, lots of great students, lots of great feedback, and really just making sure that, you're ahead of the game, so that not only is it not doom and gloom when it comes to SEO, but this might actually be a gold rush when it comes to SEO, because people don't know these things yet. A lot of these methods and strategies, templates, tools, checklists, these are things I've developed personally over the years, and you're getting exclusive access to it. Nobody else has it. Nobody else is teaching it, because I'm the one who's developed it. So you're getting exclusive access to that. If you're interested in that, and asking me questions, and just making sure that your SEO is where it needs to be, I'm inside the group, and you can get access to me as well. So check that out if you're interested. The link is below this video to that Skool group that I run, and you'll have access to all of that inside the group for very low monthly fee. So it's very affordable, especially when it comes to what you would pay in SEO. And oftentimes, I have to say, most SEOs don't really know what they're talking about, unfortunately. I'm just cutting through all the noise, all the BS, cutting all the fat, and getting straight to what works, and showing you, the results of things that actually work. So very excited to offer that. Check that out if you're interested. We're walking through this template. We've gone through title, description, tags, optimizing your MP4 file and thumbnail, the title formula, keyword research, all that great stuff. But there's still more to go in terms of this checklist and actually getting your video fully optimized. So I'll go through that in depth in the next training, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, welcome back to the training. So in the previous videos, we talked about keyword research for your YouTube video, how important that is, and the different strategies and techniques. We also talked about going through the first of this pre-upload checklist in terms of the optimizing the video file itself. You can check out that video before and the training previously. Next, we're going to move into optimizing your custom thumbnail. So just as a reminder, if we go back to the 3x3 pillar system, remember in this left-hand side, this is the video that we're talking about here. We've optimized our MP4 file, started some keyword research that we're going to use eventually in our title and description. Now we're moving on to the custom JPEG thumbnail, and it's a very similar process, but basically you want to optimize your custom JPEG thumbnail the same way that you optimized your MP4 video file. But there's some additional things that I wanted to mention here The custom thumbnail is an advanced feature. You're going to want to make sure that you verify your YouTube channel. If you're not sure what that is, go ahead and search that in Google. It'll walk you through the steps. They've got some helpful docs in terms of how to verify your YouTube channel, but very important that you unlock this feature inside your YouTube channel. Chances are you already have it if you have an older YouTube video channel. But very important to have a custom JPEG thumbnail. Actually drop your keyword in the thumbnail if you can. It's not absolutely necessary, but keeps this in mind. Google can actually read the text on your thumbnail. So it can read make.com. It can read Tumblr automation. Very, very powerful. Just a little bit of a tip there. But the basic idea is you also want to do the same thing that you did with your MP4 file with your custom thumbnail. So this is the custom thumbnail. Just as a reminder, again, rename the file name as your YouTube title, which should have your main keyword associated with the brand, whatever it is that you're trying to promote, and also some secondary keywords if you can, trying to match it up as closely as possible with the YouTube title that you've settled on after you do your keyword research. An exact match isn't necessary, but that does help just to kind of tie everything back together. So this is the custom JPEG thumbnail. Has to be a certain size, so just make sure that it's 1280 by 720. And then if you right click, you're going to have the same option where you hit properties, go over to the details tab, and once again, we're sneaking our keywords inside the actual JPEG thumbnail file itself. And everything is consistent. So we're not just stuffing keywords. We're not just trying to cram in as many keywords as possible. We're going after that consistency, not only associating the brand with the keyword, but we're associating the title and the description with the MP4 file, with the JPEG thumbnail. Everything lines up perfectly with the exact keyword that we're going after, right? So same idea here as we did for the MP4 file. You want to grab your title, your YouTube title that you renamed the JPEG file name as, drop it in the title and the subject. And then in the tags, comments, and authors, this is where you can put your related keywords, right? And again, we grab that from our VidIQ keyword research. It's literally just this on the right-hand side here. You can take a look through if there's specific ones that you want to go after, or you can just hit, these first 5 that they suggest. It's the most closely related. Just hit this checkbox here, hit copy, and you can drop that in those 3 fields there and then click OK. And that's it. Now you've got your optimized custom JPEG thumbnail. You've got keywords on the image. The file name is renamed as the keyword, the title with the keyword inside of it. And there's keywords inside of the file itself as well. Those meta properties, what they call, of the data file. So everything is lined up quite nicely. Now, one last tip for creating your thumbnail. A lot of people recommend Canva, and there's no problems with that. Canva is a great tool. If you're comfortable with that, please, by all means, they've got some great designs. Canva is an awesome tool, but one secret tip I'll give you, this is a tool that I've been using for years. If you go to blasteronline.com, this is Thumbnail Blaster. Very inexpensive, one-time fee. They're offering an 80% discount right now. But basically, this is just one of the best thumbnail creation tools that I've ever seen. Really eye-catching designs, and you can edit all of this too. You can move it around. You can do a lot of effects inside of it that it's sometimes even tough in something like Photoshop. To be honest with you, they really put together an amazing thumbnail creation tool. I can easily create these kinds of really powerful thumbnails inside of a couple of minutes, very, very easily with this tool here. So that alone right there will save you time. You can even resell this as a service if you wanted to on places like Fiverr or Legit or wherever you wanted to. So again, Thumbnail Blaster is the tool. Check that out, blasteronline.com. If you want more tips and strategies like this, I also offer a Skool group called AI Powered SEO. Check out the link below this video. You can see more information about it, but I've got lots of students in there, and I basically give away all my tips and tricks and strategies that I've used to help rank clients' websites and YouTube videos, as well as my own assets and properties as well. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and check that out. But hopefully that's been helpful. We walked through, the first part of this. Now we're done the pre-upload checklist. So we've got all our files ready to go. We've done our keyword research. Everything is uploaded to YouTube. Now we can move on to actually optimizing the the title and the description. Now, one additional tip that I will recommend too, this is optional but not recommended. If you're speaking in your video or you're using a voiceover, text-to-speech software, whatever it is, make sure that your main keyword is spoken softly, slowly, and clearly. Google can actually pick up the audio just like it can pick up keywords on the thumbnail itself. Remember, it's scanning everything. It's scanning your video files, it's scanning the text on thumbnails, it's scanning everything. So you want to make sure that your main keyword is actually spoken in your YouTube video if possible, as this can actually get picked up by Google and add to your overall optimization. It's a small piece. It's not a huge piece. It's a small piece, but this is about stacking signals, right? Stacking the signals towards whatever main keyword you're targeting and trying to optimize for. So just a little extra tip there, not necessary, it's optional, but it's highly recommended if possible. So just an extra tip there. I'll see you guys in the next video where we're going to be optimizing our video, starting off with the title, which is the most important piece of the YouTube optimization process. So I'll see you there. Hey guys, welcome back to the training. So we talked about keyword research and optimizing your video file, thumbnail secrets, all kinds of different pieces of the sort of pre-upload checklist. Now we're starting with actually optimizing the video file itself. Now, just as a reminder, we're going through this 3x3 pillar system. On the left-hand side of the video, we've already done the MP4 file and the JPEG thumbnail. Check out those trainings previously if you haven't watched them or if you need to go back. Now we're moving on to the title, description, and tags too, including all of those pieces as well, basically inside of this video. And as a reminder, this is one of those really powerful things where this video ranked in the top of YouTube, on page 1 of Google, and also in ChatGPT and Perplexity, which is 2 of the top AI search engines in the world, bringing in the most traffic as far as the AI search engines go. So this is super powerful. Now, the title may seem simple. It's like obvious, right? Put your main keyword in there. That's obvious. There's a little bit more to it than that, and there's some nuances to keep in mind as well. So keep this short and sweet, but I want to make sure that you understand this because this is what's going to anchor the entire video. This is the main signal. Everything we do beyond this only helps to support this main signal. Think about it like this. We're stacking signals. We're stacking enough little sounds so that it makes a big sound and Google looks in our direction when it comes to wanting to actually rank your videos. So this is just an idea of how you can frame your title. This is sort of a formula here, but you can rank for multiple keywords inside of the title if you structured a certain way. This isn't the greatest example in the world, but it's just for demo purposes. Let's say you wanted to rank for Excel, 2022, review, demo, and bonuses. This is an old, sort of title that I just randomly kind of came up with, but basically the idea here is that this title can rank for multiple keywords, right? It's going after review, demo, bonuses, also for create spreadsheets, and you want to use this pipe to kind of repeat keywords that you want to rank for. But the idea is that if you structure your title this way, you can actually get 5 potential rankings in one title, and they're all related to. Now, an even better example might be with this, video here that I just showed you ranking. If we go back to our keyword research, so going after make.com, Tumblr automation, got some supporting keywords here, but Tumblr automation with make.com was really the main keyword that I was going after. And this is really the formula for the title that I highly recommend. And again, there's a couple of pieces here to keep in mind, right? So we've got our main keyword in the first part of it. Always want to start off with your main keyword if possible. We're associating it with the brand, and we're repeating a secondary keyword, or you could repeat your main keyword here as well, just to give it a little bit of an extra boost. In this particular case, the keyword was low enough competition that I didn't need to do that. I was just going after an additional secondary keyword, and then using this pipe to separate these 2 sections. So the first half is the title of your video, whatever your video is with the main keyword. The second half of the formula is that brand keyword, combination where we want to associate the keyword with the brand in the eyes of Google, YouTube, and all of these AIs. And you can use this pipe formula to kind of separate that, sneak everything in. Now, 2 additional pieces to keep in mind. If I click inside the title here, you can see 94 out of 100. This basically means you've only got 100 characters to work with. So if your title is super long, it's going to cap it at 100. You're not going to be able to fit everything in. So you've got to keep that in mind as you're crafting this title. You've got to kind of play around with the spacing a little bit. And if it's too short, it's not going after a keyword that anybody's searching for, unless you have zillions of subscribers And even in that case, sometimes I see big channels putting up videos. They should be getting a lot more views than they're getting, and they're relying too much on their subscribers, which is not great because the data shows that most subscribers don't actually engage with your videos. You want to try and go after new videos and show up in search, or new viewers, I should say, and show up in search for keywords that people are actually searching for. So you have to optimize your title for that. Whatever your main keyword is, this title is the anchor, right? And you've only got 100 characters to work with. Make sure it fits. Use this formula so that you can not only signal to Google and YouTube what your main keyword is, but sneak in some secondary possible keyword rankings as well using this title formula. The last piece I'll mention is in the first line of the description, you want to repeat your title. Super important. You notice here, I didn't start off with my CTA. I started off with the title. That is the first line of the description, exactly the same as the title. All you do is copy and paste, and that's it. So that's the secret behind crafting your YouTube title for maximum SEO effectiveness. This is the power that we talk about with ranking the videos and, ranking websites and just doing all of this crazy stuff that I talked about here. All of the results that we showed earlier. If you want to see more advanced SEO strategies and techniques, if you want to get access to this checklist, check out the Skool group that I run, AI Powered SEO. It's a link below this video. Go ahead and check that out. We've got a lot more strategies and tips, even tools that I've created to analyze ChatGPT's code and see what keywords you could be ranking for there. It's a custom tool nobody else has. But I just released. There's demos in there of me walking through YouTube uploads for clients. You can see an in-depth, half-hour demo of me actually uploading a real video and how I do it, all the little nitty-gritty details. So you can have access to all of that inside the Skool group. It's fantastic. I've got a lot of supportive people in there, and I'm really trying to make sure that people are staying ahead of the curve and using AI to power their SEO, not scare them away from SEO, because the results I've been getting show me that it's not doom and gloom. There's just a lot more opportunity than people realize, and we have to strike while the iron's hot. Now is the opportunity to use these strategies that you'll not be able to find anywhere else. These are custom built in-house by myself, tested and developed over years. So you're really getting exclusive proprietary stuff, when you're working and training under me. So hopefully this has been helpful. We've started with our upload checklist. In the next video, we're going to go through the description. But super excited about all of this because you're already ahead of the game, even in terms of the MP4 file and the thumbnail that we talked about. You're already ahead of the game. You could probably rank for most low competition keywords, to be honest, just with this. But we're going to really kick up the heat and walk you through the description, which is where some of the secret sauce lies as far as it relates to diverting value from your YouTube videos to your website and even help improve rankings on your website at the exact same time. Super powerful. I'm going to show you the secret sauce, why it works, and how to implement it. So I'll see you in the next video. Hey everyone, welcome back to the training. Lewis with Arknight Tech here. We're walking through this custom proprietary TurboTube traffic ranking system. Super powerful system that I've used to rank YouTube videos on YouTube, on Google, ChatGPT, Perplexity, like we talked about. We've talked about optimizing, for your keyword research, your video files, your custom JPEG thumbnail. We talked about the title formula that I use to really target your main keyword, some of the nuances there. Next, we're going to move into the description. Now, this is where the secret sauce is in terms of actually increasing the rankings and traffic to your website here. This is just an example of one site where I beefed up the traffic through the keyword rankings. You can see that moving up here. Now we did a lot of other things here. You've got to make sure your pages are optimized. You got to make sure that you've got a good site with some links and all that sort of stuff. All that stuff has to be there. But this YouTube process that I use, that I've developed over the years, this custom process can actually help divert value from YouTube videos over to the website, which is super powerful. So I'm going to kind of walk you through that. I'm going to try and be quick here because I want to be efficient with time. If you want to check out this, if you want to have access to this checklist, go ahead and check out the link below this video. It's a link to my Skool group where I teach about AI powered SEO for both websites and YouTube. And that's where I, share all of my secrets and tricks and tips and strategies and even custom tools that I've built. And things that I've helped not only myself, with marketing for affiliate products and local, but also clients as well in the global and national space. So go ahead and check that out. But Coming back to this, so the description, there's a lot of nuance here, and instead of going through this, I'm actually going to walk you through the same video. Remember that ranked not only in YouTube and Google, but ChatGPT as well. So I'm going to actually take you inside the dashboard and walk you through this template in real time. I think an example is going to be much more helpful. So as a reminder, we copy and paste the title as the first line. Then we have a main CTA back to the home page. This is also part of that sort of associating the brand with the keyword that we talked about in previous trainings. I've got some extra links as well here, but the main secret sauce here is this. This is a keyword link combo. It's almost like a link wheel in my brain. That's kind of how I structure it. But basically, I'm pairing pages on the website with keywords that are ranking on pages 2 or 3. And the idea is that as people click through, click through the links to the website, it can actually help improve the rankings, for your website. I'm going to come back to that in a minute. I'm going to show you why that is. This is a secret that nobody really knows. But the basic idea is that, you have this structured, at least as far as the first part of the description, this way. And people say, well, isn't that, just spamming content, or isn't that, it just looks kind of weird. And it does look odd. You can certainly add a space after this CTA here and drop in, a paragraph or 2 of unique content if you wanted to. You could do that. But from my tests, it shows over the years that it's not actually necessary. And the reason why this works, even if it does look weird, this is like a text file inside of this description box. YouTube can't distinguish between H1 headers, H2 headers, H3 headers, bolding. It doesn't know what section is what. It's really just looking for keywords here. So it's kind of like a notepad file. It strips all the formatting, and all of this not only helps boost keyword rankings on the site by when people actually click through, but it doubles as content. So once you do your research, and we did that in a previous video during the keyword research, right? Where we looked at keyword rankings for CNN.com, and we took a look at what keywords they were ranking on pages 2 and 3 for. You can use that and structure this. I'd say about 15 to 20 of these, I'd say drop into your description. And this is actually going to double as content for your description. So you're not going to have to reuse, or you're not going to have to write new content for each video. And it's okay, like with YouTube, you don't have to worry about duplicate content. So don't worry about duplicate content. That's not really a thing for YouTube. They're just looking for keywords and text and content. And this is a very simple, almost like a notepad file description box. So go ahead and do that keyword research for your website, whatever tool you're using. Grab your page 2, 3 keywords, put this formula in where it's keyword and page, and then drop that in, about 15 or 20 of them as a starting point. Now, you can also include a paragraph or 2 or 3 of extra unique content if you want. Sure, you can absolutely do that. It's not necessary though. And remember, you've got 5,000 characters to work with. I find around 3,500 is the sweet spot. Anything above that, you don't really get that much extra juice. And here's some extra keywords here that I dropped in as well. And the beauty of it is, if your website is related to your video, it's probably going to be related to your main keyword in some capacity. So it is going to count towards that main keyword because it's going to be related to some degree. So these are kind of the hacks that are involved, right? Moving on, you want to include 15 hashtags. And you can do the research with something like VidIQ in terms of the top keywords. Just keep in mind, the first 3 hashtags are the ones that show up to your title. The first 15 of the hashtags are counted, and you can actually even see what the hashtags are associated with, how many channels. You can kind of go through this and pick which ones work best for your keyword. 15 hashtags are counted by YouTube. Anything beyond that is discounted. It's just not counted towards your optimization. So you can go up to 15. So the first 3 are shown next to the title. The next 12 are just for optimization. I don't care if this brings in traffic. This is just to round out the optimization process and part of the template. Next up, you've got your social links. Just make sure your Twitter, your YouTube, X, whatever, TikTok, SoundCloud, all that stuff, just list that down here. And then this is just some extra directory listings where the software is listed that you can include at the bottom as well to kind of help round out. And again, everything is counted towards as text, right? Now, if you're in the local space, or if you have a Google Business profile, you actually have a little bit of an advantage, because at the bottom here, I don't have it here for this particular video, But this is actually a video that's ranking #1 for Locksmith, Greenville, North Carolina. It's a local video, but this applies to any business that has a Google Business Profile. If I scroll down, they're using the exact same template that I talked about here, but they've got this extra sort of information here from the Google Business Profile, as well as some entity information. And I'm going to walk quickly through that. I'm just going to go through another example just to show you, but let's say, we were trying to boost this website, Joy Locksmith. If you search Locksmith Greenville, they've got their Google Business Profile. You can actually grab information from this and drop it in your video at the very bottom. Even though it looks ugly, just drop it at the bottom. Most people don't scroll down to the bottom. For every 100 people, one might, look towards the bottom. Just put it towards the bottom. This is for YouTube and Google to make sure that you help round out, the optimization and signal to Google that you're only referencing this brand. You're not referencing any other brand with the word Joy or Locksmith in it. You want to indicate to Google what the brand is and associate that with the keywords that you just dropped in the description. So there's 3 pieces of verified, validated information from your Google Business Profile that you can grab and just stack on top of each other, at the bottom of your description. The first is in the address bar, this long, ugly URL. You want to literally just copy and paste that. So hit copy, drop that in as the first line. The second piece, if you scroll down here, you see where it says copy plus code. This is your second verified, validated piece of information. You just want to copy that plus code. And then the third is you want to go over to your pin, right click, and literally just copy and paste your latitude, longitude coordinates. These are your digital footprints or your digital fingerprints. Only you have this. So if you go back to your video and paste this at the bottom, Google's going to know that you're only talking about Joy Locksmith and no other brand or company with the words Joy or Locksmith in it. That helps round everything out, tie your keywords back to the brand. So this is super, super powerful. The last thing you want to do is you just want to drop in a Wikipedia link for your main keyword. Now, in this case, it's both locksmithing and Greenville, but just grab a Wikipedia link for your main keyword. It doesn't have to be your exact keyword. So in our case, it could be Tumblr or make.com or whatever. Just grab that link and drop it in the bottom to help round out. That's the end of the description process. That's another validated, verified piece of information that Google does use when it's trying to understand keywords and content. And so this will help indicate to Google what your main keyword is or what your main topic is. And you drop all this at the bottom so that, it's not in the way and people see the content and the CTA is up at the top where most people go to in terms of descriptions and want to click through for more information. Now, the last thing that I'll mention too is if I go to this video, let me just open this up actually. I'll hit mute. And I'll just give this a chance to load up. Now, in terms of the actual benefit to the website, so if I hover over the links in the YouTube description, and you see in the bottom left-hand corner, it doesn't say, the website itself. It says youtube.com/redirect, and then a bunch of like gobbledygook letters and numbers. YouTube puts all of your links inside of a very high authority redirect. This is part of the secret sauce, so that when people click on this link, they go through the YouTube redirect to the website, but the website is wrapped in all of these redirects. So if I just copy this link and I go back to my tool, I'm just going to paste that in, head to overview. DR is essentially domain authority, domain rating. It's the same thing, but you can see 99 out of 100, and that's that same redirect that we just grabbed from the YouTube. So YouTube loves people clicking through this redirect to a website, and it can actually benefit the website through the click-through because YouTube wraps your links in these high authority, high domain authority redirect links. So that's something that very few people know. It's part of the secret sauce. But that's how I've been able to get, or at least boost up, efforts to optimize content on my website and actually boost traffic back to that. So that's part of the secret sauce. I know that was a lot, but that rounds out the description. Go back and watch this video if you want to just kind of hit pause and go through it piece by piece. Like I said, there's a link below this video to my Skool group where I actually give you this template and I give you a demo walkthrough of actually uploading a YouTube video. We walk through piece by piece. It's about a half hour long, and you get all of the little details. But that's the basic process for crafting your description. Super powerful. I hope that was helpful. Super exciting. You guys are already ahead of the game in terms of optimizing your YouTube videos. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Hey everyone, welcome back to the training. So we've gone through our Turbo Tube ranking system with the checklist, and there's a lot that we've gone through here. Check out the previous video trainings if you need a refresher on that. But we talked about tags and sort of the sweet spot. Kind of related to that, there's some options, and these are smaller pieces, but again, it's really important to kind of stack these signals and make sure everything is well optimized and everything is in its right place when you're optimizing your video. So I'll kind of walk you through the options that I select outside of like title, description, tags, because there's some additional things that you can do. We'll come back to playlists in a minute. Obviously, you want to upload your custom thumbnail. We talked about how to optimize that and the tools and everything, but just wanted to walk you through some of these options and just the best choices for what you should select, just to make sure that your video isn't limited in reach or anything like that. So under this audience section, you always just want to make sure that you're selecting no, it's not made for kids. I think some people select yes because in their brain they're thinking they're on the safe side for YouTube, but that's not actually the case. You really don't want to select this unless you have a company that makes kids toys or something specifically targeting, that audience. In most cases, for most of us, that's not the case, because there is some evidence that YouTube limits your reach if you select yes here. So you want to make sure that YouTube's not limiting you, that it's showing you in as many places as possible for as many keywords as possible, and that it understands, that you're not in that niche, that you don't target that audience. So you just want to make that abundantly clear. So for this, you just want to say, no, it's not made for kids. If you have any paid promotion, go ahead and indicate that. I don't. Altered content, this is something relatively new. So basically, is it like a video, like you see those Bigfoot videos, right, where people make it with AI? They'd select yes here because it's altered content. It's making something look real when it actually isn't. In most cases, you're not. You can use AI to edit things or to chop up clips or to pull transcripts or for any kind of data processing stuff like that, or, procedural things, but not in the sense that you're, making people believe something is real when it isn't, if that makes sense. So in most cases, altered content, just referencing AI, you want to select no. Everything else, all of these pieces I'd leave just checked. So you want to allow automatic chapters. There's a whole piece for that. You can have AI kind of, read the transcript of your YouTube video and say, hey, just give me chapters, and that'll chop up your video in chapters. There's a little bit of a ranking signal boost here, but it's not necessary for my testing. Featured places, you can allow that on, and I'll allow concepts. Just leave those check marked. Just leave that on. We went through the tags section. Now, in terms of this, you want to make sure you select your language. So if you want to rank in the United States, you want to rank English United States. You've also got English Canada, English United Kingdom. Whatever your location is, pick that language. It's also going to help with the captions and the transcripts in terms of YouTube, processing those efficiently in the proper language. You can add a date, you don't have to. Video location, this is super important. If you want to rank in the United States, put your video location as United States. If you want to do something local, like we talked about this local niche here, Locksmith Greenville, you could actually geolocate your video. So you could put here Greenville, and that would help with the local targeting of the video and actually help it rank in that location of Greenville, South Carolina. If you were doing something in the local space, maybe you've got a local client or something like that, that's perfectly fine. Just keep that in mind. You can actually do that. But if you want to rank just in general for YouTube, best bet is to select United States here, or wherever your location is. Allow embedding, leave that on. Standard YouTube license, just leave that as it is. Allow video and audio remixing, leave that as it is. Now, here's a little bit of a hack. For category, this is something that only YouTube sees, so nobody actually really sees this in terms of your viewers. It's not visible on your video really anywhere. This is just for YouTube to say, well, where am I putting this in? Now, this is in the tech space, so you might think, well, that would make most sense. They've got some categories here that people select. Science and technology might make more sense. The reason I put news and politics is it's a little bit of a hack, because YouTube gives your video just a slight little bit of an initial boost in impressions and visibility if you put it in the news and politics category. Part of the reason is for 9/11. They wanted people to be able to go live if they needed to, in terms of any emergency that might be happening, and that would be the best category. Just give that video a little bit of instant visibility and credibility and impressions so that people can be seen when they need to in the event of some kind of an emergency or something like that. Most people don't know this. And again, this is part of the, tons of little signals and secrets and strategies and tips that all come into play when you talk about ranking YouTube videos. You're not going to find this anywhere else. So this is part of my process, part of my template, part of my system, where you put your video, regardless of what it is, in the category news and politics. Again, don't worry about viewers seeing this. This is just for YouTube and Google to give us a little bit of a slight boost in impressions and visibility. In the first 48 hours of a YouTube video, that's essential and crucial. So you're going to need that engagement on some level, and we're going to talk about kickstarting that engagement in the post-upload checklist. But this is a little bit of a start, a little bit of a signal to YouTube and Google to say, hey, give us a little bit of visibility so we can get some initial engagement, and that's going to be helpful in terms of keeping the video going and helping it rank. So all that's helpful. And then in terms of comments, I'd leave this on because you're going to need to leave a pinned comment in the post-upload checklist. You're going to need to leave this on to make that feature functional. And I just leave moderation to basic, and just leave everything as is below this. I think that's perfectly fine, unless you want to do something more strict. But just keep in mind, more strict obviously will restrict more comments, and comments are important on your videos in terms of engagement. It's not crucial, but kickstarting it is helpful. So just keep that in mind. I'd leave this comment and ratings as is. Just make sure that comments is on and leave moderation to basic. But the most important thing is the category. Put that in news and politics, and that'll help boost your video just a little bit in terms of the options. Now, when you upload your videos, you're also going to have these three as well. Subtitles is not as important. I don't upload anything. People swear by this. I can't say that it's necessary for ranking. There's just no evidence or data to suggest that. I've ranked perfectly well without it. End screen is optional. So if you click on that, you kind of have a certain, you can put this overlay on, so you can, suggest a video, a playlist, and even subscribe to your channel and just kind of include that. A lot of clients don't like this. So if they say they don't want to include that, don't worry about it. It's not necessary. It's just an additional engagement piece. The cards piece is really where you have that's where the secret is. We're going to talk about optimizing playlists, but let's say you've optimized your playlist. What you're going to want to do is come into cards and add a playlist. It could be a related playlist. It could be something else. It could be whatever. Doesn't really matter, but just having a playlist ready to go that's optimized. And you see this little, where my cursor is, you can move this back and forth. This is basically indicating when the card will show up, which is just this top right-hand corner. You might see this in videos sometimes where a little eye pops up, and this is clickable essentially. What this will do is, towards the end, it will open the playlist so that people can view that and basically cycle them through the videos inside that playlist on autopilot. Not only is that getting additional views on additional videos inside your channel, but it allows the viewer to go through about 75% to 80% of the video, so somewhere around here. Don't worry about it too much exactly, but just roughly speaking, basically 75-80% through the video. Just put the card here so that this shows up at that point, because then they've watched most of the video, and part of the ranking factors for YouTube is watch time. They're going to want to watch most of the video if possible, and then engagement, liking, subscribing, commenting, engaging with the video, not clicking back, not clicking away, but just watching the video mostly through, which I would also highly recommend you do yourself as well after you publish your video. Just open it in a new tab and watch it all the way through. There's a Chrome extension that's a picture-in-picture Chrome extension. If you don't want to watch a particularly long video that you've done all the way through, and you can just let that play as you're working in the background. You can Google that picture-in-picture Google Chrome extension. But basically, you just want to make sure that viewers are watching all the way through, and then by the time they get to the end of the video, they're not just stopping and clicking away. They're going to have this playlist suggested. If they click through, that's going to open the playlist and then automatically cycle through all the videos inside the playlist additional watch time, additional engagement, additional videos watched, additional chances for liking and commenting and subscribing. And that kind of keeps the train going, essentially, in terms of the most important ranking factors for YouTube, which is that whole watch time engagement piece, in addition to the optimization, of course. And basically stacks those signals inside of like a funnel. So your video turns into a funnel. Your video funnels into a playlist and just keeps everything going, keeps that momentum going. So super, super important. And the playlists tie all the videos together. So if they're inside of a playlist, they might see other videos recommended in the sidebar. They click through that, even more engagement. So it starts to become an ecosystem, right? Inside of this 3x3 pillar system, this turbo tube ranking system that I've developed, and everything is done strategically, specifically to keep engagement going. And then you just want to click save. So of these three, carbs is the most important. You can put an end screen if you want. Don't worry about subtitles unless you want that there. And that basically rounds out the options piece of it. Small things, but they stack on top of each other like signals. So very, very important, and just some tips and tricks. If you want to learn more about tips and tricks when it comes to just AI powered SEO in general for both website and channel, we've got a Skool group that's linked down below this video. Go ahead and check that out. We've got a lot of great students in there. And a lot, you can get access to this checklist that we've been going through inside there. You can see a video demo of me walking through an actual real video upload, going through it step by step in more detail, along with other custom strategies and even tools that I've developed that you won't find anywhere else. So go ahead and check that out. Hopefully this has been helpful. We're moving through this training. You're already light years ahead of most people who are on YouTube. You could probably rank for most keywords at this point. But we're going to keep going because there's more to this template, more to this checklist that's going to help round out all of the optimization. So super excited for what you've been learning so far and what's coming ahead. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See you there. Hey guys, welcome back to the training. So we went through the description in our previous training. I know that was a lot. There was a lot to it there, but super powerful, custom, proprietary description process, both for optimizing your YouTube videos, but also for increasing traffic to your site through the keyword rankings. Just moving on to the actual tag. So this will be pretty short and sweet. But I think what most people do is they stuff their tags. So they'll grab 15 or 20 keywords that they want to rank for, and they'll just stuff their tags. And the problem with that is it actually confuses Google. So even though this is a small thing, this is a little bit of a hack and something, pulling back the curtain, giving you the behind the scenes strategies, tips, and techniques, all the training and development that I've done over the years as it relates to ranking YouTube videos, both for my clients and myself. The tags, if you just start stuffing them with whatever keyword you want to rank for or whatever other keywords you want to rank for, you just end up confusing Google because they don't know where to put your video. So I find that 3 to 7 are sort of the sweet spot. So if I come back to that same video, remember this is the same video that ranked in YouTube, Google, ChatGPT, and Perplexity, giving you a sneak peek behind the actual tags here. You can see they're quite few. They're very few. The long tail keyword that I was going after, remember we did our keyword research in VidIQ. This is, a variation of the main keyword that we're going after. Secondary keyword, main root keyword, the brand, and then just some general terms, AI, GPT, just sort of think of it like the overarching categories. If you were to talk about automation blueprints, you'd be talking about AI. And if you're talking about AI, you'd be talking about GPT, that sort of idea. But really between 3 and 7 is the sweet spot. And then there's some additional guidance here. If it was a local company, like we took a look at some locksmithing companies as an example, you want to do your main keyword, variation of the keyword, and then brand plus city and state. And also, if you wanted to do like locksmith, Greenville, South Carolina, that sort of idea, you could also do that. But basically keeping it between 3 and 7. If you go a little bit over, it's not going to be the end of the world. It'll be fine. I've even gone up to, I think, 10 or 12 tags, depending on the niche and the keyword. But really, for something as targeted as this, you really only need between 3 and 7. That's the sweet spot. And what this does is help indicate to Google what this video actually is, that consistency of signal to Google, what the main keyword and target and topic is the most important thing. Not stuffing your tags trying to rank for everything under the sun, because what's going to end up happening is, like I said, you're just going to end up confusing Google. So this is a little thing, but it's an important thing, because you can actually muddy the waters and confuse the signal to Google if you just start stuffing this with 20, 30, 40, 50 tags. A lot of people suggest that. I don't exactly know why. I highly recommend against it. This is about clarity of signal. What is the main target and keyword that you're trying to rank for? That's what YouTube, Google, and the AIs are asking for. This indicates to Google not only our main keyword, but some of the general overarching topics that that keyword is contained inside, and also the brand as well, for that important brand keyword association that we talked about in the first training. So that's really the secret behind tags. Very simple, not complicated, but super important for indicating to Google what that clarity of signal is. So I hope that was helpful. Like I said, there's a link below to my Skool group where I teach more about AI powered SEO, and really kind of pull back the curtain, give you the tools, templates, tricks, cheat sheets for ranking in the AI overviews, stuff like this. Really give you the inside scoop on some of the strategies and techniques that I've developed over the years, even tools that I've built recently to help analyze AI and drive traffic back to your site, and really, rank videos inside of ChatGPT, all this crazy stuff. It's all in there. Got a great group, lots of great students, lots of great feedback, and really just making sure that, you're ahead of the game, so that not only is it not doom and gloom when it comes to SEO, but this might actually be a gold rush when it comes to SEO, because people don't know these things yet. A lot of these methods and strategies, templates, tools, checklists, these are things I've developed personally over the years, and you're getting exclusive access to it. Nobody else has it. Nobody else is teaching it, because I'm the one who's developed it. So you're getting exclusive access to that. If you're interested in that, and asking me questions, and just making sure that your SEO is where it needs to be, I'm inside the group, and you can get access to me as well. So check that out if you're interested. The link is below this video to that Skool group that I run, and you'll have access to all of that inside the group for very low monthly fee. So it's very affordable, especially when it comes to what you would pay in SEO. And oftentimes, I have to say, most SEOs don't really know what they're talking about, unfortunately. I'm just cutting through all the noise, all the BS, cutting all the fat, and getting straight to what works, and showing you, the results of things that actually work. So I'm very excited to offer that. Check that out if you're interested. We're walking through this template. We've gone through title, description, tags, optimizing your MP4 file and thumbnail, the title formula, keyword research, all that great stuff. But there's still more to go in terms of this checklist and actually getting your video fully optimized. So I'll go through that in depth in the next training, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, welcome back to the training. So in this training, we're going to be going through playlists. Now, a lot of people kind of see this as just a small side thing, but they don't realize that playlists can actually be powerful in a multitude of ways. For one thing, it can actually sort of silo your videos so everything is related to each other. So if we go back to the 3x3 pillar system, right, you've got your full video, you've got your shorter clips, that is all basically this full video chopped up into 3 to 7 minute clips. And then you've also got YouTube shorts that are also pulled from the full video, which you can all put in this playlist and connect all those assets together and have them showing up in the suggested videos on the sidebar. If you've ever seen that when you're watching a YouTube video, and you can actually have playlists rank in and of themselves for keywords, believe it or not. So I'll show a quick example just super quickly here. This is actually, or sorry, no, not this one here. This is the one that I was looking for. This is actually a playlist that we optimized and put all of the optimized video assets inside of the playlist. And that alone, just that one playlist, not the videos itself, but just that one playlist, brought in an extra 17,000 views to that channel in a pretty competitive health space. So it's pretty powerful. So going back to the video, this is the video that we're optimizing, the one that was ranking inside of YouTube, Google, ChatGPT, and Perplexity. You can see here I've added it to several playlists, but what I've actually done here is created a playlist that is the exact same title as the video. And that's really the most important thing, is whatever you did for your video, you want to do the same thing for your playlist. So let's say we're creating a playlist, just click new playlist, click new playlist, and you see that you've got a title and a description to work with. So basically the same thing that you titled your video, you're going to want to title your playlist. You just copy and paste the exact same optimized YouTube title with the formula that we walked through in the previous training, and the exact same description that you used, you want to drop that in here as well. This is actually an extra chance for ranking. So you get to a place where you're not just ranking your one video at the top of YouTube, but you're ranking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've even ranked 20 client videos on pages 1 and 2 for the main keyword that they're going after. Also ranking on Google, also ranking inside of the AI engines like ChatGPT and Perplexity. This is just super powerful when you stack all of this on top of each other inside of that system. So that's basically how you would do that. You just copy the title and description you use for the video, do the same with the playlist, name it exactly the same thing, and click create, and then just add it to it. You could add it to other playlists as well if you wanted to. That's totally up to you. But basically, this is what the playlist looks like. You can see the main videos inside as the first one. You can see that, well, if I clicked on this, it would be the same title as the video, same description, everything same in terms of that. And then all of these are shorts that basically I created using AI and drop them inside of the playlist. And this ties everything back together. And you can see video there, and there's a couple of other videos as well on the right-hand side that can show up in the suggested. But basically the most powerful thing is ranking this playlist in and of itself, because it acts like another video, same title, description that you can use there as well. And sometimes these can bring in extra views themselves just by ranking. And as people cycle through them, because the playlist moves from one video to the next, to the next, to the next, it can actually increase watch time on all the videos on the channel. It's extra engagement. It can just help rank everything almost as a silo or an ecosystem, if that makes sense. So this is super powerful. Now, if you want to chop up your full video into clips, there's several tools that I would recommend. I believe this is the one. Yeah, so this it used to be called Video. They've switched it to QSO, I believe that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but you just go to QUSO.ai. You can use this for chopping up your full video into content. So yeah, you can use AI to generate clips. So make short clips from longer clips. You can repurpose your content. And there's a couple of other additional features as well. AI influence video generator. I've used this before, and it's just pretty good. But actually what I'm using today is a tool called Opus. This is a fantastic tool, very, very solid tool. I've been using it for years. But basically this uses AI to take your full video inside this 3-pillar system here on the right-hand side. You take the full video and AI chops it up and turns it into YouTube shorts for you. Perfect vertical formatting. It adds the captions and the it kind of sorts it in terms of which ones are going to be viral and gives it a score. It's just a fantastic tool. And the great thing about this tool is, the pricing is very reasonable. I think it's like $10 a month, something like that. But you could just grab your video. So you would copy and paste the YouTube video link and you just drop it in here. Or you could upload your actual video files itself, whatever works best for you. But it's so easy to just grab your YouTube video file link once it's uploaded and just drop it in here, hit create. And it actually chops it up for you. So this is kind of a graphic here where they took the full video and they chopped it up into smaller clips. You can also drip feed these out to social platforms as well, and you can auto schedule them, which is another powerful feature as well. I do use that sometimes, where you can post it to Facebook and TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, X. Super powerful. And then there's some editing options in here as well, which is fairly recent, where you can put your brand or highlight certain keywords, add sections, delete, cut, copy, all that good stuff. So this tool has just been fantastic. Really solid tool. Been using it for a few years. And this is where you can take that one YouTube video that you worked so hard for, that you really want to optimize your main keyword for, it's your main video. Just drop the YouTube link in here. And I've seen cases where it's given me like 15, 20, even 27 shorts, all in a matter of like 10 or 20 minutes, because it takes some time for the AI to chop it up. But then you can bulk download them, or just download the ones that you want to use. Go back into your playlist, add those videos as well to your channel, optimize, and you do the same thing, right? So the same way that we optimized our YouTube videos, you want to optimize, you just use the same description. and drop that into your YouTube shorts, and these will start to rank as well for different keywords that the videos are going after. And just make sure the tail end is, brand plus keyword in terms of your YouTube shorts, and then add that to your playlist. And you start to see how everything becomes a system, right? We're not just going after one video, one keyword, and hoping for the best and adding some content. That doesn't work. It's too competitive, right? But if you use this 3x3 pillar system, this turbo tube ranking system, not only are you optimizing your videos to the 10th degree in a strategic, data-driven way that's backed by actual results, but you're optimizing your whole channel all towards that main keyword on like 27 different fronts. And that's where you start to see videos ranking and playlists ranking and shorts ranking and multiple videos ranking on page one, multiple videos ranking on Google, videos ranking in ChatGPT and Perplexity, and it all starts to come together as sort of one system. And that's the power of this system and the power of, the checklist that we've been going through, this proprietary custom plug and play YouTube optimization template. And you can grab this template, this checklist if you want. There's a link below this video to my Skool group, AI Powered SEO, where I walk you through, I give you access to this checklist as well as other checklists, tools, and templates, even tools that I've created to analyze AI. I actually created a tool that helped me analyze ChatGPT and the code on the back end, and played a role in terms of me ranking this video inside of ChatGPT itself, which is something that I haven't seen much of so far. And it turns out you can do the same in Perplexity as well. But that tool is inside there. I have demos, where I walk through half hour of me just walking through step by little step, uploading and optimizing a YouTube video in real time so you can see the process. Again, data-driven content optimization, guides and strategies and tools, really things that you can't find anywhere else, because I've been building and developing them myself over the last few years and backing them up with results and testing. So it's really a good group, a lot of great students in there, people helping each other out. Latest news is shared in there. You can get access to me, ask questions, all that good stuff, all for a very reasonable price when it comes to compared to what you pay for most SEOs who don't know most of these things, to be honest. So check out that Skool group. Link is below this video. I would love to see you in there, and there's a lot more that you can access that is just as powerful as this. And if you add this on top of all those things that I offer in there, not only is it not doom and gloom, not only is SEO not dead, but you can actually have more opportunities to grow in terms of SEO with your website, YouTube, the AIs. I've got even custom Reddit strategies in there that I've used. It's almost like a boom for SEO right now, and people don't even realize it. So very, very exciting. I'm excited about all the stuff that you guys have learned, even just in this training. Just even what you've learned so far has been enough to rank for most keywords. And the beauty of it is we're not done yet, because we've still got the post-upload checklist inside of this template. And we're going to be going through that in a future training. So hopefully that was helpful in terms of playlists. We'll go through the post-upload checklist in the next training, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hey guys, welcome back to the training where we're finishing off the checklist for the Turbo Tube ranking system. We're inside of the YouTube optimization process. We're walking through that 3x3 pillar system that we talked about in the previous trainings. We've optimized our video file and our custom JPEG thumbnail and our title and our description and tags. We've selected the right options. We've optimized our playlist, chopped up the videos for shorts. We've done all this great stuff. Now for a main video, and for every video that we upload, we want to make sure that we do this post-upload checklist immediately after the upload, because the first 48 hours are crucial for engagement. Now you might say, well, my video is brand new. I don't have any subscribers. How do I get people to see this? Turns out you can actually kickstart it yourself. Now there's a whole checklist here, but I'll show you what that looks like inside of the actual video that we optimized. This is the one that's ranking on page one of YouTube, Google, ChatGPT, and Perplexity for the main keyword that I went after. You can see here it got over 1,000 views, very recent, a month ago, 406 likes. Really just did fantastic. Lots of great comments here too, from people just really appreciating, just all of the strategies and tips and tools that I kind of shared inside this video. But basically, this is what it looks like in terms of the post-upload checklist. So you can see it's by the channel. So the very first thing you want to do is you want to pin your own comment, and it's usually a CTA back to the home page. And you can see here pinned by. So this is pinned. So no matter how many people comment on this, and there's almost 300 comments, over 274 comments on this, this always stays at the top. So that if people want to learn more about the tool, they can just click through. It's pinned at the top, right? Main CTA, which is basically the first line of the description. You just copy and paste that. You also want to like your own video. You can do that just to kind of kickstart things, kickstart that social engagement signal piece. Just like your own video, super easy to do. Pin your main CTA in the first comment, and then you want to like and heart your own comment, okay, just to kickstart things. Then you want to actually reply. So you actually want to reply to your own comment. You want to be the first one to drop in a reply to the very first comment. So if I click reply, you can see here I replied to my own main CTA comment pinned at the top. And what you want to do is just grab that same description that we worked on here. Just literally copy and paste this over into your replies. If I click more, it's the exact same description. Don't worry about duplicate content or anything like that. This is all really well optimized content. More links back to the sites and your related properties, so don't worry about it too much. This is just a process that I use, and it helps fill everything out. It looks like a really well, thought out comment. And you just want to drop that in as the very first reply. Head all the way down to the bottom and click like and heart on your own video, and that way that rounds out the post upload checklist. So you want to pin your first comment, like and heart it, like the video, and then you want to reply to your own first comment with the same description that you used. Head on down to the bottom of that and click like and heart, and that will be closing out the post upload checklist. Now your video is fully optimized, ready to go. It's got some social engagement signals that started off. It kickstarted that in the first 48 hours, which is crucial. YouTube can see this is getting some engagement, even if it's from our own channel, or even if it's from us, the owner of the channel, that's perfectly fine. You can share this obviously with other people as well, friends, family, Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, all that sort of stuff. That's fine too. But if for some reason you can't or don't have that option, you can kickstart that algorithm yourself. You don't have to sit around waiting for other people. You can do that yourself. And that rounds out this entire plug and play template and finishes it off with a post upload checklist. Now, if you want access to this checklist, there's an additional piece here. Which you can do if you want. I don't do this anymore. I used to do this for local clients that worked really well for ranking videos on the first page of Google in terms of local keywords. But just keep in mind that embeds are very powerful. They're more powerful than a link. So if you've got a website, if you've got LinkedIn, WordPress, a blogger, medium.com article, anything like that, a Google News site, embeds tend to be more powerful than links. So embed your video anywhere you can. And you just do that by clicking on share and clicking the embed button, and there's your embed code, and this will embed it somewhere wherever you choose to, and that's more powerful than just linking to it. But you can get some additional backlinks to it if you want. It's not necessary, it's not needed, but it's an additional piece if you wanted to add a little extra sugar and spice on top of it. But that's it. That's basically the power of this, and that's how I was able to rank this video in YouTube, first on the top of YouTube for my main keyword, page 1 of Google, and inside of ChatGPT, which is what you're seeing here. You can see ChatGPT. This is before they switched over to ChatGPT 5, just recently in the last few days. But it's embedded there when I search the keyword, which is something new that I haven't seen very often, where the YouTube video is actually embedded inside of a ChatGPT answer. And it's also, I just searched in Perplexity as well. Now, I built a tool to actually analyze the code of the video, and it turns out that ChatGPT is looking for a video tutorial, which is super interesting. So, I built that tool, which you won't find anywhere else. It's a custom built tool to analyze the thinking, essentially, of ChatGPT, the code on the back end, and it makes me think that could be super powerful for getting additional views back to the video and even back to your site, right? Traffic from these AI search engines, which is on the rise. It's growing month over month. It's not beating Google by any means. It's very small compared to Google, but it is on the rise, and it's a future investment, right? As these AIs grow and everybody starts to use them more and more. Now, if you want access to this checklist and also that tool that I talked about, and additional strategies, tips, tools, techniques, I've got demo resources, all kinds of stuff inside of my Skool group. That's linked below this video. So if you want to check that out, I highly encourage you to join us in the mastermind, join us in the Skool group. Got a lot of great people in there, a lot of great feedback, and always sharing the latest in terms of news and articles. You get access to me if you want to ask a question, if you want to get clarification on some of these YouTube pieces. I've got a demo video in there of me walking through an actual real live upload for a client, teaching him how to upload a YouTube video, going through this checklist in great detail. I think it's about 29 minutes long. But basically another chance to see what this actual process looks like so that you can implement it for your own business and start ranking your YouTube videos on YouTube, Google, ChatGPT, and Perplexity. You can imagine the power when you can rank all of these things in all of these engines and get thousands of traffic, back to your video, and without paid ads, without ripping your hair out and, trying this, trying that, searching YouTube videos, watching them for hours. Don't worry about any of that. I'm giving away the secret sauce of the training. You've got all of that inside of this training. You can go and rank your videos right now. And if you want, more guidance and more help and just more of the latest strategies, tips, and tools, come join us in the Skool group, because that's where I share all of my secrets and all my secret sauce. And you can get access to this checklist as well inside of the Skool group. So check that out. It's linked below this video. Hopefully this training has been helpful. Go back to the previous trainings if you need clarification on anything. There's a lot that we went through, but it's super powerful. This is the Turbo Tube ranking system. It's that 3x3 pillar system, this custom, proprietary, unique optimization process for YouTube videos that I've personally developed over the last few years. It can not only help your YouTube videos rank, but also help your websites rank in Google, which is super powerful. So you're already miles ahead, light years ahead of anybody who's in the YouTube space. If you're a content creator, if you're in the local space, if you've got, products of your own, affiliate marketing software, whatever it is, you can use this to drive traffic back to your site, regardless of what's happening in the world of AI, because YouTube is still the second largest search engine in the world. It's tied to Google. It's driving a lot of traffic. It's tied together with the AIs as they're crawling the transcripts, looking for information on keywords and brands. So really, you almost kill 5 birds with one stone with this kind of method, because you can rank in so many places. So I'm just excited to share this with you. I'm excited to see you inside the Skool group for more custom advanced strategies and tools that and tips that you won't find anywhere else. That's where I share all my secret sauce. So go ahead and join the Skool group, check us out, and I hope this helps in terms of ranking your YouTube videos and giving you the confidence and the power and the tips and the tools and the strategies to go ahead and rank your videos, and promote your products and your services, and make sure that you're getting the visibility that you deserve, because this is powerful stuff that you won't find anywhere else. So hopefully this has been helpful. Click the link below, check out the Skool group, and we'll see you inside. Thanks, everyone.